I don't have lipstick allergies, do I? Hello, welcome to Low-sal-life. My name is Sarah, and today's video is going to be Halloween inspired. So, if you're new here, my channel focuses on salicylate intolerance or sensitivity, and basically it's a allergy-like reaction to aspirin and natural aspirin compounds found in food, fruits and vegetables, oils, cosmetics, toothpastes, you name it, cleaning products, chemicals, the whole works. We can eat it, we can absorb it on our skin, and we can also inhale it. Well, it's not a true allergy. I wanted to bring awareness to something that I learned about this year, and I am going to be participating in. And this year is the first. It's funny because it's, you know, there's so many shutdowns and quarantine, and you know, a lot of neighborhoods don't even know if they're going to be doing trick-or-treating or not. But this is the first year I have a house where it looks welcoming to actually come up to for trick-or-treat. So in the past I've had long driveways, like quarter-mile driveways, where I was like 2 or 3 houses. Another one, I lived in a basement unit around the back of a driveway corner, you know, the lower part of a house. So nobody ever came to our house. So, you know, as an introvert, this makes me happy. But I do like costuming, and I do enjoy, you know, some of the fun around Halloween. So what we're talking about today is the Teal Pumpkin Project. And I got a flag. I was able to get a flag and a pole. This is like a garden flag pole. The two of them cost me $18, and I ordered these off of Amazon. I will put the links down below. What the Teal Pumpkin Project is it's organized by FAIR, Food Allergy Research and Education. And what they have come up with is a solution for children with food allergies. Now, salicylate sensitivity intolerance is not a food allergy, but it can be very detrimental when you have a food reaction, right? And in some cases, it can be life-threatening. So this is great for anybody with any food intolerances, you know, even lactose intolerance, fructose intolerance, any kids that have any kind of food limitations, even if it's for behavioral things and not a true allergy. Diabetes, you know, anything like that. What this group came up with is basically you can advertise in the front of your house with teal pumpkins. You can get a flag. I got a flag because I live in a small town. There's a lot of people that walk by, drive by, and I like the idea of educating whoever on food allergies. And so if I put this out front, you know, maybe they might be interested and find out what exactly the Teal Pumpkin Project is. But what's cool is if you advertise, you know, with whatever you can to let your neighbors know, then if they have kids come to your house, then they can ask for a non-food alternative or a non-candy alternative. So what they recommend is, I was thinking about maybe trying to find like some, free of the top 8 allergen candies and offering that. But the more I read, what they recommend is a non-food treat. So in that case, you can get like things like stickers or pencils. They can be Halloween related, but they could be, you know, anything fun like Disney or birthday favors or anything like that. So I got a handful of bouncy balls because I always loved those as a kid. I went to Amazon and I got some little stampers. I got them fall related so that they're not Halloween specific. I always discouraged when you get like a Christmas mug, you know, on Christmas Day, and then you're like, okay, well now I got to put it away in a few days. I don't get to see it till next year. So I always try and get like season-specific things rather than, you know, holiday-specific things. Anyway, I got some little pens that have some fall or Halloween type stuff on. So, you know, just any kind of like little treats. This year, because of the pandemic, I will probably be putting them in little plastic bags, and then that way kids aren't reaching in for goodies. You know, they'll be pre-sealed in little Ziploc bags or maybe like little cellophane Halloween bags. And then that way, it's only me touching one item and giving it to kids if they show up. So the code, how do you know if you have a kid that comes to your door that needs a treat? Well, if you buy enough, depending on how many trick-or-treaters you get, you can just offer them candy. Every trick-or-treater, do you want candy or do you want like a toy, And so they can say which one they would prefer. So the other option is just buy a few select toys or treats, and then basically a child that is aware of the Teal Pumpkin Project can say, do you have a non-food alternative, right? Or do you have a toy instead of candy? So if you're a parent with a child and you know that there's so many houses that you're going to be hitting, and you're going to try and hit a couple of Teal Pumpkin houses during your route, then let the child know to ask for a toy instead of a treat. And that's fantastic. Now, if your child is shy, what you could do is have, I saw on Amazon that there's like little pumpkin sacks, like teal sacks with like, a little pumpkin face on it. You can do that. You can make your own teal bag or teal pumpkin for them to go trick-or-treating in. Then that makes it really obvious for the person handing out the candy. Oh, I see a teal bag. So then you can offer, hey, do you want a toy instead of candy? And then they'll just say yes, right? Or nod their head, depending on how shy they are. So I thought that was a really cool alternative. And let's talk about treats that I was able to find. I ended up looking on Amazon first, and just because I'm in a rural area, I don't have a lot of places to get like toys from, right? So on Amazon, I found at least these two items. I found those rubber balls, and they come, I'll show you a close-up, they come in all sorts of colors and sizes, so I thought that was really cute. I think those were like $8 to $10. And then I also got this stamper set. This is a fall autumn version, and they have little rubber stampers on there, and I'll also show you a close-up of that. So these are self-stamping ink thingies, and you can, press yours so you have like a little stamp on your paper. I know kids love covering their bodies in these, so that might be something to consider. I don't recommend Play-Doh because those tend to have wheat products in them, so that's always like a kind of a dangerous toy for kids with allergies. Besides that, I did go to the dollar store because I ended up on the west side at my parents' house. They had these sticker boxes, which are kind of cute. So they look like you could have like gumdrops or something in like a little box, but they're just little boxes full of Halloween or fall stickers. I found some pens, pencils, some little notepads, vampire teeth. I also went through the birthday section. I found little recorders in primary colors. You're welcome, parents. I totally got these for you. I intentionally did not have children. I'm sending your kids home with a recorder. I found some Slinkies in the birthday section. I think that's everything that I got. The really nice thing about this is that if I don't have like any kids this year because of the pandemic, or because there's just not very many children with food allergies that know about the Teal Pumpkin Project in my tiny town, I can just save them for next year. The ink might dry out; those might not last for another year. But everything else is pretty much, I can keep it for many years, and so I don't need to keep replacing it like candy. And I don't have to eat it after everybody is done trick-or-treating. I'm not responsible for eating the remaining candy out of the bowl. So just something to think about. The last thing I want to say is maybe, like, especially if you package them up in little baggies, maybe look at the recommendation for what the age categories are, because if you have like a 2 or 3 year old, they might not enjoy a pencil and a notepad. Like a 5th grader might enjoy that better than, a rubber ball. So maybe divvy it up by appropriate age categories and try and gauge it the best you can. But again, parents are ultimately responsible for looking through their goodie bag at the end of the day and deciding if things are safe or not safe for a child, whether it's food or a toy. Let's talk about the banner real quick because, like I said, I bought this on Amazon, but by the time this video goes, it's only like 2 weeks before Halloween, and you might not be able to get one. They might be sold out. You might be in a different country. There's just a lot involved in that. So I wanted to let you know that you can go on the fair website. I'll put the link in the description, and they actually have free banners, like a free PDF that you can print and hang up outside. So if you want to get really fancy, you can go and have it printed at like a Staples or print center. I noticed that they're 11 by 17. So if you don't have legal paper, you can always maybe tape them together, like glue 2 sheets of paper through, run it through your printer. You can go down to Staples or Office Depot or a store like that does printing and ask them to print it. If you're down there, might as well ask for them to be printed double-sided on cardstock. So those are some options. You can also, if you don't have a printer and you don't want to buy this, you can always include your kids too and just paint a couple of pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns or whatever, a teal color, and put them out on your stoop so that you can kind of be recognized with teal pumpkins. And then the last thing is telling your neighbors about it. So the sign's great. I'm in a really nice neighborhood where you can easily see where I'm going to put the sign out in the front of my house. You can register with FAIR that your house is going to provide non-food treats. I'm not going to do that because I am just a really private person and I don't need everybody knowing where I live. Of course, I'm sure that maybe your address isn't, your name and address isn't associated with one another, but I like just staying private. So what I like to do, like I said, I'm in a small town. We have a Facebook forum for discussions, and this is where some of the discussions are taking place, whether or not we're going to do trick-or-treating, how we're going to do it, that kind of thing. So what I plan to do is make a post on that closed forum for my town and let them know, hey, I'm participating in FAIR. If you're, I'm on the corner of this street and this street, I've got a teal pumpkin outside of my house, so come visit and come and get some toy treats for your kid and still have fun even though your kid has food allergies or food sensitivities. So there you go. I'm gonna go put this out front of my house, and I'll put any links in the description that you might find helpful that I mentioned. Also, I have one quick question, and that is, of course, I'm always filling out the directory on my website, and that is, what candy are you able to eat? Please put it in the comments down below. What candy can you eat that is salicylate friendly? Like, do you eat chocolate without vanilla? Is there, can you get away with the Milky Way every once in a while? Rolos, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. I'm curious because I want to add it to the website low-sal-life.com. I have a food and products directory on there, and I would love to put the candies that you have found to enjoy holidays or stressful times or moments of celebration, and so I'd like to put that onto that directory. Also, if you know that you're sensitive to salicylates, histamines, sulfites, please put that down that says I'm sensitive to all 3 of these things and I can still eat this candy. So I would appreciate that. Again, worldwide, I don't care what country you're in, just put it in there. I've got plenty of room on the website. Let's fill it up so that other people can maybe find some candies for their kids so that they feel like they can celebrate during holidays. And of course, candy is part of all of our holidays. So I'm not just talking Halloween. There's Valentine's Day, there's Easter, there's Christmas, the list goes on. So, Teal Pumpkin Project, let's go put it outside. I'll see you next week. Thanks, bye.